Greetings one and all, welcome to the kitchen here today. I hope we're all well and healthy in these troubled times. Probably some of you are sick, not physically, but have been stuck in your homes or whatever. Can certainly relate to that. So today I'm going to do a bit of a cook. Taking a bit of a trip to Japan. Well, in culinary fashion, not a real fashion obviously. So I'm going to be making tonkatsu, which is basically just I guess a Japanese version of a pork schnitzel. Well, that's what it is. It's a pork schnitty. So I guess they developed this quite a long time ago. Just a lot of Japanese food can be quite challenging to Westerners, and I think they came up with this version, their own version of a pork schnitzel to sort of please basically people like us Westerners that came to visit, and they could have something on their menus and all that we'd be a bit more familiar with, a bit more pleasing to our taste buds or whatever. So anyway, it's still got quite a few little Japanese twists to it, and we'll get on and make it. So what I've been doing is I've just got these pork loin fillets, which that's how I brought them. They're not real big, but they're quite thick. So yeah, I'm just going to pound them out a little bit with a meat cleaver, and I'm going to do that on my cutting board here. You can, if you want to, if you haven't got a meat pounder, just use the, hang on, just get your knife and just sort of use the back end of your knife like so. Give it a good bash like that, and eventually that'll work. I'm not doing that. Like I say, I've got a meat pounder. I guess the other thing you could do is, you might have seen I use these same cuts when my very first video ever, which was salt and pepper pork chops. And in that case, to make them thinner, I sort of cut them open, split them open long ways. And you could do that as well. But yeah, I'm going to bash these down now. Also in that first video, I extolled the virtues of fat and flavour and didn't want to lose this fat. In this case, I'm going to cut this fat off. It doesn't work very well in this dish. It especially doesn't work when we're trying to flatten it out a bit. Mainly, not so much because of the fat, but because of this sort of sinewy stuff where the fat attaches to the meat. So I'm going to get rid of that. And the other thing that does is when we cook it on a fairly high temperature, which is what we're going to do, it sort of curls up. So I've some of the others I've left a little tiny bit on, but shouldn't be enough to affect it. Alright. So, I mean, you could wrap this in Glad wrap. I'm just doing it on my cutting board. I'm using this pointy bit of my meat tenderizer. And just get to work on it. Now, once you've got them, they don't have to be super thin. Once they're down to, a bit thinner, like so, what we're going to do, I'll just season it up. Some salt, some pepper. I'll flip that over and do both sides, and then as you can see, I've already been working on these, and I'll just let those sit now, probably for not too long, yes, half an hour to an hour, just while my fillets are just sort of in that salt. I will make a tonkatsu sauce. Now this is a cheats version of tonkatsu sauce. You can get recipes to make a long, slow sort of cooked version. They use fruits and different spices and all that. And if you ate in a high-end restaurant in Japan, that's certainly what you'd be getting. But at the heart of the matter, basically what tonkatsu sauce is a Japanese interpretation of Worcestershire sauce. So we can use that to our advantage and just make a really good imitation version very, very easily here. Most of the stuff we've already got in our kitchen, so I'll show you what I'm going to do anyway. So here I've just got just some normal tomato sauce, ketchup, about half a cup. That's going in. Now I've got a third of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. Most of us have got that lying around. I've got about a tablespoon and a half of brown sugar. That's going in. I've just got a tablespoon of mustard. That's going in. Whatever mustard you got lying around. Can't remember what this was. Some American mustard, I think, hot dog mustard or something. And I've got here about 2 tablespoons of Japanese mirin seasoning, and I did have that sort of lying around, so that'll go in as well. And that's it, guys. That's going to make our home version of tonkatsu sauce. Just stir that all up, and I'll put that aside so that it's ready to have when we're serving up. Alrighty, so my fillets of pork have been resting there now for about an hour. They're looking really good. I'll just show you one like that. Now what I'm going to do now is pretty obvious. We're going to flour these and then egg them and then breadcrumb them. And what we are doing, which is more Japanese, is we're using these panko breadcrumbs today. So yeah, pretty simple. Just get them in there. I'm going to try and just use one hand, so I've got one clean hand. Yeah, so just get plenty of flour on there. That one escaped me, there's a bit of fat on it. We'll see what happens. Hope it doesn't curl up too much. We'll find out. So yeah, shake off the excess. Give it a bit of a bath in the egg. Make sure it gets all over it. Like so. On the edges as well. Don't miss any. Let that drain off. Alright, and into the breadcrumbs, panko crumbs. And yeah, like I say, I'm trying to do this one-handed to try and keep one hand clean, to turn cameras on and off. Things like that. And give it a really good coating. Take your time. We've all got time at the moment. There's no rush in the kitchen. It's worth getting it nice than rushing it and being disappointed with the outcome. Alright, that's pretty good. So I'm going to move that over onto my tray. And obviously now it's just a matter of repeating that with the rest of my pork fillets. And I'll get back to you. Alrighty guys. So it's time to cook our pork fillets, and to that end we are going to be deep frying them, Japanese style. So I've got some vegetable oil heated up, and let's get to it. And I think I'm going to be able to fit like one of those larger ones like that, maybe one smaller one at a time. Alrighty, so after 3 or 4 minutes I've actually already flipped those over. they start to get a really nice colour on them, like so. They're really crisp, so I'm going to put those onto my rack there to drain while I keep cooking the rest of them. Alrighty, time to plate up our tonkatsu. So all I've done is I've just put some rice on the plate here. I've shredded some cabbage. Now I've got some Kewpie mayonnaise, that Japanese mayonnaise. Now this one's a bit fancy. It's actually got some wasabi in it, so let's get a heap of that on, like so. Alright, now I've got one of my tonkatsu fillets here, one of my pork fillets. All I'm going to do is slice that up. That should be nice and crispy like that. Not too small pieces, we don't want to break up the crumbing. So just like that. And like that. What I'll do is we'll just get that onto our rice, like so. Right. Got my Tonkatsu sauce here, the easy sauce, easy version, and let's just drizzle a bit of that over. And what you probably do is just keep this sauce on the side as well, in case people want more, which they will. I guarantee it. Alright, there it is, ready for lunch. Alrighty, so as you saw, I've plated up now. I'm just going to try a piece. Just try a piece of the pork first, by itself. Yummy. Believe it or not, that pork's really yummy and tender. I guess all that pounding helped. It was, the sauce is just delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yum, and those panko breadcrumbs are just delightful. So I'm really happy with that, guys. Really, it's really worth doing. Alrighty, thanks for watching as always. Thanks to those who've subscribed to the channel. Thanks to those sitting at home, stuck at home. Yeah, taking a bit of time out just to join me here in the kitchen. And if you haven't subscribed, yeah, hit that subscribe button. Plenty of videos on the back catalogue, heaps of them, and there's plenty more to come. Alrighty guys, I'll see you all next time.